Johannesburg is not the only city in the country facing water problems, as the city of Cape Town is also implementing some water restrictions as they also face water problems in the city. We're going to be speaking to Mayco member for Water and Sanitation, Zahid Badroodien, in Cape Town in a very, very short while. Do stick around for that conversation. And of course, we repeat to you that the city of Johannesburg had urged residents to store water and take note of a disruption in water supply that will be taking place from today until the end of July. And Zahid Badroodien, who is the Cape Town Mayco member for Water and Sanitation, joins us now. Zahid, thank you so much. Really do appreciate you joining us here. Perhaps in context, place for us what is happening with the water reticulation systems in Cape Town at the moment, and what about it is the cause of the reticulation disruptions that may take place?
So this is essential proactive maintenance that we are undertaking. There's nothing unexpected about it. Actually, it's work that we do throughout the year. But the reason why this operation is particularly different is because it's going to impact some of our residents for about 3 days. And the reason for this is specifically related to the size of the operation that is being undertaken. The total project will see about 7 valves being replaced with a value of about 2 million rand. We've already done 2 of those valves early last week, and it remains then 5 valves. The biggest diameter of these valves are about 900 millimeters, so almost big enough for a reasonably sized person or just under to be able to walk or crawl in. So the biggest factor here is the emptying and the refilling of the pipe, and then obviously undertaking the work as precisely as we can so that the work is done correctly and ultimately reduce the chances of any consequential failures.
Yeah. What contingencies are being put in place for people who are particularly vulnerable to the 3-day water cut?
So we've got a number of water tankers available, which we, through the consultation with our councillors, have identified locations where they will be placed. Also, thankfully, to Peninsula Beverages, who once again have come to support us through these major operations. They've also availed some tankers that will help us refill our tankers so as to reduce turnaround times after the tankers have been emptied. In addition to that, Peninsula Beverages have also been kind in donating bottled water, which our councillors will be distributing to vulnerable facilities like our old age homes and so on. So these water tankers will be available from 7 o'clock to about 9 o'clock at night, and we'll also have the necessary law enforcement support so that we can ensure that there's the adequate crowd control at these various distribution points.
Yep. What is the cost of this maintenance exercise, the replacement of all 7 valves?
So we've budgeted about 2 million rand for the replacement of these 7 valves, and that would then ultimately be the cost of this project.
Yeah. Is this being done by the city, or are there external service providers involved in this maintenance project?
Both. Contractors will be replacing those major valves, but importantly, the city will at all time have supervision of the work that's being done. We've got project managers, senior officials who will be on site. Obviously, this is the kind of work that needs, precise monitoring and oversight, not only from the officials, but also the councillors in the area. I've encouraged them to try and retain, presence in their various communities, especially at their vulnerable facilities, and on a daily basis we'll be updating and debriefing every councillor affected so that they can travel this journey of proactive maintenance with us. Yeah.
Was there not a way, Zahid, for this to be done in a rotational manner? That is to say, to not replace all 7 valves all at the same time, but rather to go 3 at a time. Was that engineeringly possible?
So what you're asking then would be for a number of instances where we've got multiple day outages, which obviously doesn't make sense. If we're going to be turning off water for major valves, 900 millimeters in diameter, and we're emptying those pipes, it makes more practical sense to go and replace all of those valves on that particular pipe pipeline all at once so that we can avoid recurrent episodes of water outages for that community. So this, according to our experts and the engineers and the water and sanitation team, makes the most sense. It reduces the number of days where there'd be water outages to our communities and reduces ultimately the inconvenience.
Yeah, 22 areas are being affected by that. Has the Mayco team, as well as the rest of the municipality and city council staff, communicated sufficiently with the residents of these 22 areas?
Absolutely. Communication, critical part of this particular operation. Today and tomorrow, we're doing leaflet drops, loud hailing in the affected community. We're obviously making use of social media, radios, stations are helping us, and news as well, like yourselves, are helping us to spread the message. We're also going into spaces such as TikTok, because we know that some people don't have traditional social media, and there's been a massive response and reception to a particular video that I've uploaded just yesterday, and we'll continue to use all these platforms throughout the maintenance program, keeping residents up to date. Residents obviously want to be reassured that things are going ahead as scheduled, and also I think appreciate seeing, valves being removed from a particular pipeline, and then the work that goes into putting the valves back in, and seeing the behind the scenes, I think is advantageous to our residents. So yes, we're communicating thoroughly.
Has the city set up a community dashboard, a forum, or even a hotline to which residents can call should their water tankers run out of water?
Those hotlines are the ward councillors. My number is also a hotline, if you will. Ward councillors and any resident in the city has access to my contact details. We, together with our communications team, together with the disaster coordinating team that we've activated to coordinate this particular work, will be in constant communication. So when one tanker leaves a particular site, they will alert our communications team, that will alert then our councillors, who will then inform the residents that the tanker has left site to refill but will come back. And that's an important communication value chain that we'll be maintaining throughout the 3 days of the particular proactive maintenance.
Yeah, I know you said that there are contingencies put in place, like the water tankers and support by private sector companies providing bottled drinking water to residents. But is there any specific additional measures put in place for hospitals, clinics and other healthcare institutions to make sure that they don't have any downtime at all?
Absolutely, and these priority facilities have been identified. We know them well. Sometimes when there are pipe bursts in this particular area, we use our water tankers to refill the JoJo tanks, which they use at storage at the particular facility. So this is not anything new to us. We've identified every priority facility. Our councillors have been instrumental in this. Those facilities have direct links to the administration and the officials who work in that area. We've reached out to them, and through the day, should anything arise, any issues regarding access to water, obviously we must remain malleable enough to be able to respond to those priority facilities, especially hospitals, as you've mentioned. Thankfully, schools are closed, so we don't have that pressure at the moment, and it's for this reason why we're appealing to our residents to please store as much water as possible in their baths or in closed containers, so that they have at least access to that on the first day, and then can use the tankers on day 2 and day 3.
Yeah, that is MMC of Water and Sanitation, Zahid Badroodien from the city of Cape Town.